Hi everybody, it's Cindy the Scrapologist. Welcome to my channel where we talk about paper crafting and junk journaling and mini albums and cards, but mostly junk journaling lately because that's what I'm really into. I haven't made a Use Your Scraps video in a while, so I thought I would hop on and show you what I'm doing today. If you watch me for any length of time, you know that I am very, very organized. Not like OCD, needing everything lined up and things like that, and I'm not making fun of that. I'm just saying I'm not, that's not my problem. I just have a million things going on, and I feel so much better when there's not clutter around me. So every time I finish a project and I'm left with scraps, I make them into usable pieces so that they're not just helter-skelter all over the place and I never get around to using them and I have all these bags with different sizes sticking out. That is crazy making for me. So today I'm making something useful out of some scraps that I have, and I thought I would just take you along and show you what I'm making. So I finished up a project with this, I've got some notes on here, but this paper stack called Postcards. I wish you could still get this. I loved this paper stack. It was from Die Cuts with a View, who I don't even think is a company anymore. I think they were bought out by someone else, so you can't get this paper anymore. But I do have some left over, and I think I might have one complete pack in my stash, which I'm going to be reluctant to use. But this was a beautiful one. Really good quality paper, too. It's thick, almost like cardstock. It was and double-sided. Really, really it's called a premium stack, and it really was. I enjoyed working with it. But anywho, the first thing I do is I do save the cover. I have a shelf underneath my desk here that is all for chipboard. And these can be used for other projects, whether you're making pockets or use them for album covers. This is usable. So I keep all of my covers in one stack under my desk. Then I take all of the scraps that I have left and I just cut them down to a usable size. This particular pack had a lot of ephemera in it. So I cut up it had a whole sheet of these little email envelopes. So I cut those all up. All of the little tiny elements. Some I left big because I might want to use it whole like this. And see the nice gloss that some of the elements had on it. Really nice paper kit. I don't know what this is. I don't think that even goes with this. We'll put that over there. It even had like a clothespin. And so I just cut out this. This just was a scrap, so that goes in a separate pile. And I cut out all of the elements. So let me just separate them. Had some really pretty things. And these are these are all kind of one size. I like to separate them and put them in piles by size. So let me move things over. So I'll put that here. These are all of the little fussy cut elements. There's a teeny one I almost dropped. Here's a couple more. And then they had some postcards that were larger and some of these things. And that is going to go, those are going to go in this pile. And then just scraps go in the other pile. I didn't cut this up because I probably want to put this in a junk journal. Maybe I might want to fold it in half or trim it down. So I'm going to keep this the way it is. And this is a boo-boo. What I was making with this kit, by the way, are these little things for the craft shows that I do. I do some in-person events. Look at how gorgeous this paper is for a little travel notebook. There's a pen in it. I believe that this was a Nick the Booksmith project. Place for your credit cards here. I put these little notebooks in, so there's room for note taking, there's room for your passport, and I did put a little tiny composition notebook in there. These were really cute and sold out, which was nice. So that's what I was making, and then I had this left over, and this was a mistake. But I can still use it. That goes in the scrap pile. These are just scraps. These are really good. I don't always save little strips, but these are really good for paper weaving. They're also really good for, sometimes you might just want a piece of trim on the top of a pocket. These are really good for that. More scraps. I think that was another boo-boo. And then it had these postcards that are all full size. And I'm not going to use them today because the project that I'm making, I need to do in portrait orientation, not landscape. So these are going to go into my stash in my little ephemera bin where I have things of this size. So those are just going separately. So more scraps, more scraps. And then I did have one sheet left over of these little airmail envelopes, and I'm thinking that I'm just going to keep this whole in case I wanted to maybe use two and fold them in half or something. I had enough here that I didn't feel I needed to cut them all up. So all I'm doing today with my scraps, let me get everything organized, is I'm just making these little cute little pockets with tags that can go in your journals. And also, if you've been watching me, you see how these all look the same? That's because they were from scraps from a project. So that's always really nice. But if you've been watching me for any length of time, also you know that I like to use recipes. So I will follow a format, the same format that I used to make these, to use up these scraps. And it's very simple. It's just 3 pieces really. So I need a base, and I need something that can be a pocket, and then I need a little tag. And if you want to decorate the pocket, you would need a 4th element. So I have a few pieces that can be used as bases, and I might have to go through my scraps to get some more. So let me just start with this one. And they can be all different sizes and shapes. Ink my edges with Tim Holtz Vintage Photo. And then I have my airmail envelopes here, which I think will make a really nice pocket. These are going to be probably a little monochromatic, but that's okay. We can have the embellishments be, whoops, I didn't really need to ink up that other side. Okay, and I'm just going to trim this off. Now I'll ink it up. And then I just used, I like double-sided tape. As you know, I hate glue. So, because I'm just too messy with it. But certainly you can just put a little bead of glue across the bottom. But I'm going to use my double-sided tape. If you want, before you tape this on, if you have a little stapler, I'll probably do this on some of the elements. Whoops, that's not focusing. You can put a couple little staples through before you tack it on. And I kind of like that. There, zoomed in a little bit. And just trim this up. It was cut a little wonky. Ink it. So a lot of people have been asking where I've been, because I haven't been doing YouTube. I have been really focusing on my Patreon and doing videos over there. To me, the YouTube algorithm was getting too stressful. If you, the other, most of the other junk journal people do this full time, and I am not in the position to do that right now. And the YouTube algorithm kind of makes you post every single day or you don't get seen. And so I was just spinning my wheels and being frustrated and feeling like I wasn't being shown. And so I decided to take charge of my own destiny here and just focus on making videos in my Patreon. But I'll still hop on over here every once in a while just to chat with you all. But YouTube can just be a huge energy sucker, and yeah. So then I'm just going to put a tag in there, and that's one down from the scraps. So I'll just make one more. Let's use these maps. This one has rounded edges. Yes, I'm still working. I'm a musician. I work nights at the Opera House and doing some other projects. I take care of my parents. And yeah, so my life can't be about YouTube. I can't have YouTube dictating. Oops, why did that happen? I can't have YouTube dictating what I'm going to do every day and making me feel like I have to do a video. I'd rather do a video because I have something to say and I enjoy it than just posting because the algorithm isn't going to show me if I don't. So that's my 2 cents about that. And if you make YouTube videos, you know what I mean. And the people that are being shown do post a lot, several times a week. Otherwise, nobody knows you're there. Okay. Put another postage stamp on there, I think. So you just have your base, and then I have all of these that can be my pockets, and then I have my elements that can be my embellishments and my tags. Super simple. And I will probably, with these tags, I will go in, I'll hole punch this right now, but I'll go in and put in brads and ribbon and other things. But right now I'm just mass making, I'm just doing the paper. So that's really all there is to it. I just wanted to hop on really quickly and encourage you to use your scraps in a really efficient way so that you have fun elements already made and you don't have the stress of looking for something when you're in the middle of a project. I hope that you're all well. Head on over to my Patreon if you're interested in joining a community over there. It's free, or you can join for between $5 and $15 a month. The $15 membership, you get a monthly subscription box full of junk journal stuff. We're having a lot of fun. And this winter, we're going to be doing a junk journal idea book, so that by the end of the winter, we have a nice book full of ideas that we can have on our desk and flip it open and say, oh yeah, I remember when I did that. And one of these is going to go in my junk journal idea book, actually. So I will see you in the next video. Head on over to Patreon and like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Bye.